popularity of streaming has increased exponentially the past 3 years. Streaming has grown so much that it has surpassed all other music listening platforms. And with so many different kinds of streaming is only going to become bigger and bigger. When did you last buy a CD and what was it?
The last CD I bought would be Adele's new album 25, and I got it kind of around Christmas time.
Last CD I bought was this artist named GK's. He dropped the album and I bought it about a month ago.
I don't know, 2005, dude. We live in the internet age. I stream everything. I don't know. The last CD I bought. Dang, I don't even know. I'm gonna say it's probably a game, probably Battlefield 4 like 3 years ago.
Well, any music CDs?
Dude, I don't own music CDs.
Well, the last one I remember is Eminem's Recovery.
No, the last one you bought. Oh yeah. Well, I didn't buy that, but yeah, Eminem Recovery was the last one I owned.
The last CD I bought was Loretta Lynn's Full Circle. I bought that in March. It was her first new album in about 12 years.
It was 2 months ago and it was $3 down.
Are you subscribed to a music streaming service?
I'm not subscribed to any music streaming services.
I'm not subscribed to any, but I do use the services. I use Spotify and Pandora and iTunes, but I'm not actually subscribed to any.
Spotify, Apple, and SoundCloud. Okay.
I don't pay $10 a month for like music streaming because I just buy the songs that I want, because for me it costs less, because if I only really want to listen to specific songs, I'll just buy that one for like $1 to like $1.50 rather than pay $10 a month every single month. Like, you see how that'll cost more if, for instance, I don't buy a song every single month.
Did you know this was the first year music streaming surpassed CD in overall revenue? How do you feel about that?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, what do you
I think it's bullshit.
Actually I did, man. I saw that on YouTube.
I did not know that.
How do you feel about that?
It's kind of interesting.
I think it's good, man. And the reason I say that is one day something had to surpass CDs, right? CDs surpassed records. Records surpassed whatever was before them. Oh, I forgot, after records you had the 8-track player, then CDs. So something had to surpass CDs eventually. We didn't know what it was going to be. Turned out it was going to be the internet and streaming, because the internet just beats, I guess, everything. Like rock, paper, scissors, internet.
Because everything is controlled by a phone nowadays. You can literally do anything from a tiny piece of, what, I don't know what word to use for it, box. I don't know, a tiny piece of box.
I think it's also good for smaller and more independent artists, because I feel like with modern day streaming and all the outlets for streaming, artists that would just be considered independent and kind of underground are a lot more mainstream. Like, for instance, Logic became a lot more mainstream while he was independent. Same thing with Hobson. And, you know, just artists like that. And so I feel like honestly it's a great progression for it.
Did you know artists get a very small cut from the revenue made by streaming? Do you think that's fair?
No, it's basically they're stealing their work.
Yeah, actually it's a good thing you brought it up, because now I got to bash streaming. It's isn't it like, it's some BS too, isn't it? Isn't it like
it's
less
like,
than a penny?
It's like
stream?
I did not know that until today.
Do you think it's fair?
No, I don't really think that's fair.
So, do you think it's fair for the artists
To get paid as little as they do?
Yeah.
No. I mean, in the end, I feel like you did the most heavy lifting. You did actually make the song.
Yeah, I followed the Roseanne Cash and a lot of the older artists, and they're supporting a bill before Congress now called Fair Play, Fair Pay. And they're trying to make it so the radio stations and the other streaming services have to fairly compensate the artists.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fair at all. I feel like artists should make more for what they have created. But who knows, man? That might change over time. It's still, streaming's still growing and molding. You know, it's still in its gray era.
Kanye West made a statement saying he's no longer producing music on CD, just streaming. How do you feel about that?
all the power to him. I think for some artists that's definitely a great option, and I hope it goes well for him. He seems to be doing well for himself. So
I'm mixed. I have mixed feelings on it. Okay, I love it because it's progressive, but what I love about physical copies, like buying, I don't have a record player, so I don't have a record, but I need to get one soon. But about buying records and buying CDs is having the library, right? Like when you set them all on a shelf, when you just look at the shelf of your CDs and you just like...
It's the only way he's going to be listened to. No one listens to CDs anymore.
I just love that feeling, of physically seeing your library of music. And that's not really, I don't get that feeling with streaming it, even though like you can scroll through your library. It's not the same. But I think it's great because it's progressive. He's pushing the next step of music. Like he's not holding music back to being in the stone age of, we just can't let go of the past, so.
I don't feel that's good.
Why not?
Because if he do it through streaming, he don't get that much, that much cut of it.
Do you think all artists should adapt to streaming?
It's probably good for somebody just starting out that needs the exposure, but if you've been in the business a while and paid your dues, it's not a good idea. You should be paid for your time and your effort and your talent.
No, I think we should all stand against it. I want to be able to go down the road and go through a CD list and not have to make sure my aux cord's plugged in, make sure this is turned on, make sure my volume's all the way up because it's turned all the way down when I have my aux cord in. It's not fair. I just want to be able to put a CD in my car and go. I want it to be the newest thing too. I don't want to have to listen to the radio and get commercials. I just want to listen to a CD.
Maybe. I think it really depends on the artist and how you feel about it. As you said, they obviously don't get paid as much, but I think it really comes down to the artist and whether or not that specific artist would want a physical copy of their album being created, whereas they would just want it streamed.
Well, there are other artists like Adele and Taylor Swift who refuse to put their album out on streaming services. Do you think that's a smart move?
Yes.
Why?
It gives, they give a little taste of it and it makes people want more. I mean, Adele clearly, she's a goddess. I only heard one song on the radio and that was Hello, and I listened to her whole entire album and it had a different meaning to it.
Yes, I do. And the reason, and though right now, for instance, like I said before, kind of sucks that you're getting paid so little on your songs in comparison to probably when records were hot, because I think they should adapt to it because it'll force the change and force it to mold properly to the way it's supposed to be, right? To where it's good for you and good for the streaming services. So the more people who are on it, the more it'll push into the right direction.
Well, as an artist yourself, will you be putting your music on streaming services?
Yes, I will. Watch out for Introduction to Me. It's going to be on Google Play, iTunes, and Spotify. And anything else you want it on. Also, got a couple songs on Reverb Nation. Look me up, Lil Ricky, Lilricky, all lowercase, no spaces. Shameless plug.
I'm not sure. I'm very new still to doing things. I do put stuff on YouTube, so I don't know if that counts. But as for an actual streaming service, I don't know if I'm quite there yet. Maybe one day, if I start making more of my own music, I might.
What ways can streaming services improve to make it more fair for artists?
Well, I don't really know much about the streaming services. Maybe just kind of creating a way to allow the artists to make more money, especially new artists that are coming in, because obviously Kanye West, he's already got a lot of money, so that's not really going to be a big deal for him. But a lot of new artists like to use these streaming services, so maybe just kind of find a way to incorporate them and make it more fair for them as well.
I don't know, man. I just feel like right now I feel like the process isn't completely broken. It just needs to be refined, right? Like you guys need to balance out where everyone's happy money-wise, right? And I keep bringing up money like, it's all about the money, where I personally feel like it's about the art, but money's a pretty big motivator. So you need to balance that out properly.
You put more people on there, not just people that are going to write about stupid stuff. Like, there's really good artists deep down within the United States, anywhere in the world. Like, and it's just Kanye. It's just this other person. Like, it's not deep within, like, a county.
So you're saying, like,
I don't
give, like, more underground artists more recognition and not
Yeah.
just, like, mainstream artists
Yeah.
that they put on blast?
And you just put it in smart people terms for me. Thank you.
First of all, they should cut a deal with the labels to where the artist gets compensated. Right now, by the time it gets down to the artist, they're getting pennies for hundreds of thousands of streams. Like Roseanne Cash just got a check not too long ago for $104. That was for 166,000 streams of her music. So where's the money going? It's not going to the person that created it.
What do you think the next music listening platform will be?
Me. I will be the next music platform.
We'll be listening to music off of you.
You will. Right. It's just a little bit of the future to come, you know. We're not ready for me yet, but in about 6 months, I'm the future. Next question.
I honestly have no idea. The world is capable of so much.
Do you think, like, people are gonna be able to tune into the radio just using their minds? Like,
No, it's not going to be like that.
the government will develop some, like, radio wave that will link to your brain and your auditory functions?
No, it's not going to be like that.
I have no idea. You know, the future holds a lot of things. We were supposed to have hover cars by now, so who knows what we'll have in 20 years. But probably something different because things are always changing.
I really don't know. I probably won't be interested in it too much longer. I've been a music buyer for 50 years and had a record store, and I've seen all the phases. So it's really hard to predict, but somewhere along the line they need to concentrate on the people that are contributing and making the music, and not so much of the opportunists that are trying to get rich off of the artist.
No, but to answer it seriously, I have absolutely no idea what the next platform will be. Everyone thought it was just going to flat out be YouTube. Kind of right. Then it became streaming services, which is really just internet streaming. So, I don't know, nothing's bigger and better than the internet right now, so I don't really know what it's going to be. Until, you know, something that eclipses the internet comes by, I don't think we'll be seeing it anytime soon.
So, what do you think? Do you think streaming is going to be the next thing to take over the music world? Do you think CDs are going to be extinct quicker than we thought? You think the streaming services and the artists will find a middle ground to make it more fair and more convenient for everyone? Who knows? Will you still be listening to the music that you love and enjoy? Well, I only got one answer for you.